Hello everyone, as you may know, my name is Jared Gear, a band instructor at Hillgrove High School located in Powder Springs, Georgia, one of the former conductors for the Blue Devils Drum Bugle Corps this past 2022 season, and Silent Command's social media coordinator. Boom, mic drop, you already know who I am and you know why I'm here. So new year, new me. Remember what I said back in November?
I am now an instructor for Silent Command here via private lessons and here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all of our social media platforms.
Well, here we are. Here at Silent Command, it is our goal to help set you up for success as you prepare for your drum major or leadership position audition, or you just want to learn more in regards to just being a better individual within your program. And for the mere fact that you get to hang out with your favorite person. Me. And just so you know, I am not Samuel Crawford, who is a god. 12 times better, where you can still see a lot of his content down below in our YouTube video section. No, I am not Colin Wenzel, president of Silent Command. I represent a different kind of blue. So with me, you gonna get a little bit more seasoning on this bad boy. Today, we're keeping it basic, just like anyone who decides to play trumpet or flute. Ooh. We are going to just start from the beginning and learn how to prep your ensemble to play. Tip number one, your posture. Imagine me being yo mama, nagging you about how you're standing. It's important that you stand up straight, but don't be locked in your knees because we ain't got no insurance for that and we don't want you to pass out in front of the whole ensemble and then become a meme on Twitter. Overall, look tall, strong, confident, yet neutral. Don't be overstanding that neck as if you're getting choked, okay? You can have your legs together or you can have your legs apart. As long as you look comfortable yet ready to go. Now, them dogs. Platforms of your feet should not be leaning back to your heels because then all your hips are gonna go out and then you're gonna just look weird and I'm gonna laugh at you. Make sure your weight is going more towards the front of your feet, or at least find a happy medium to where you don't feel like you're having to wobble over. Because remember, your knees aren't locked, you're not overextending yourself. You want to look tall and take control of the entire essence and energy of the room. Tip number two, I want you to grab your face cheeks and then let me hear the letter O. Oh. Gently let go, like you should be doing with your ex. And then I want you to just admire the hand shape that you have right now. This hand shape to me is perfect because you don't want to look like this, nor do you want to look like this. Freak. Take those cup hands from your cheek, drag them all the way down to your heart. Push your forearms out in front of you, then push the elbows out ever so slightly. Now remember, if you're feeling tension rising up in the shoulders, you're wrong. Relax the shoulders. Also, another disclaimer, just know that we all as individuals and various programs have different philosophies that come with conducting, at least marching band conducting. Whatever it is that your program or your core desires, go with that. Follow that. Godspeed. Don't come and try to Will Smith me or try yelling at me because I'ma cry. I will cry. Now, if you do want to learn something from a specific instructor that follows your same philosophy, or you want to learn how a certain core does so, go ahead and book an instructor today from www.silentcommand.org. Tip number three, delivering instructions. Now, you don't have to be the most social person in the group, but you also can't be the quietest person in the group because then ain't nobody gonna hear you. No matter what, if you haven't done this before, if you haven't practiced anything regarding public speaking before, it is going to feel a little bit outside of your comfort zone. But if you weren't willing to do that, you wouldn't be in the audition stage or in the audition room. It is important to pay attention to how rehearsal is being ran. Once whomever is telling you the chunk, the phrase, the specific section, be sure to relay those same instructions briefly in the most clear and distinct way. Don't be giving instructions in a pianissimo. That needs to be a good forte. That needs to have some bass, depending on the environment that you're in. For example, sections A to B. Set. Now, if said, you can now deliver any sort of details that said instructor has asked you to relay. We're going over letters. We're going over section A to letter B on air. Set. There is no formula. It just depends on what you all are doing during that time. Tip number 4, and probably the most important tip, especially why are you here? Initiating the prep. Now that everything is placed, hands are cupped, knees aren't locked, but we're comfortable and confident. Now this final tip is how to naturally, again, depending on whatever it is that your program or core starts off their ensemble, how to naturally prepare your drum major team or whatever section you may be working with that day to actually playing the first note. If there's 3 of you or even 4 of you, you're up front or on the podium, someone else in the back is controlling the metronome. What we just did was give a prep little visual signal to the drum major in the back, letting them know that, hey, we are about to start, ready, and start the metronome. During that downbeat is when the metronome begins. You, due to a great and effective and trustworthy team, will trust that that person in the back will start it at the right time. Now let's try it in slow-mo. Ooh, got you there. That'll be your homework. That is a whole prep going into a 4/4 focal pattern, or including a 4/4 focal pattern. Overall, it's all a prep. The ensemble is about to play regardless. But we'll go over how to properly conduct a 4/4 focal pattern next week. As you practice on your own, be sure to not get frustrated with yourself because you're not perfect, nor are you a robot to feel obligated that you need to be perfect. And if this is your first time ever conducting, then you don't know what you don't know. This is new to you. Understand that your mirror, whether if it's in your bedroom or in your bathroom, will be your best friend. Or even recording yourself on your cell phone or with a nice fancy good old camera. And if it has a slow motion feature, you'll be able to play those back and look at those small details that'll help you get better. And lastly, if you need some one-on-one instruction, please be sure to visit www.silentcommand.org. Find the instructor that you feel like will best help fit your needs or whomever you may resonate with the most. Until then, I'll see you next week, future leaders of tomorrow.